Hello and welcome to the news. I am Saja Breto. Coming up this evening, President Barrow receives the first dose of COVID-19 vaccine. Jonathan meets Gambian leaders once again over a draft a constitution. These and more coming up. But first, we'll take a look at the newspapers. The Standard newspaper is reporting that government responds to complaints over new allowance for doctors. Another corpse exhumed in Bakau Cemetery. Ex-IGP denies instructing UN investigators to be given alcohol, and women. Barrow urged to stop Senegalese forces confiscating timber from Gambians and, of course, in Gambian land. Jonathan returns for final constitution talks. Let's take a look at some of these stories in detail. Another corpse has become the latest to be excavated from the grave in a recent series of mysterious exhumations in Bakau. Tuesday's disinterment came barely a week after the body of an old woman was exhumed in the same cemetery. Police gave a chilling accounts Tuesday evening, saying the shroud of the old woman was taken away. The body was found uncovered, police PRO Laminjai told the Standard newspaper yesterday. He said police are probing the matter. PRO Njai did not confirm Tuesday's exhumation, but the deputy imam of Bakau Central Mosque, Seiku Sonko, corroborated the development. Government response to complaints over new allowance for doctors. The Ministry of Health has responded to complaints by Nurses and Midwives Association over the controversial increase of allowances for doctors and PhD holders, saying contrary to their beliefs, it wasn't meant to discriminate but start a better allowance system for all healthcare workers in the country. The increment payable to medical doctors and PhD holders at the central level of the Ministry of Health was announced by the government last month to attract highly qualified medical doctors to work at the ministry. But the Association of Nurses and Midwives, in their reaction to the government, said the increase is discriminatory and demotivating to junior health care workers who are the front liners and continue to experience inappropriate working conditions and low salaries. Meanwhile, Interior Minister denies instructing UN investigators be given women and booze. Former Inspector General of Police has denied instructing Boubacar Ba to take the UN investigators looking into the migrant killings to a bar, get them drunk, give them women, and some serious dance. Interior Minister Yankuba Sonko appeared before the TRRC, not as an adversely mentioned witness, but to give evidence on certain events, as they put it. A former CID officer at Barra Police Station during the detention of the West African migrants in 2005 on Thursday told the TRRC that Sonko, who was crimes management coordinator, instructed him to give women booze to the UN investigators. The UN mission's report had concluded that the migrants were killed by rogue operatives of the Gambia security forces, but testifying before the Truth Commission yesterday, Minister Sonko denied the allegation, saying Boubacar Ba is a terrible liar. Barrow urged to stop Senegalese forces confiscating timber from Gambians in the Gambia. The Gambia Democratic Congress leader Mama Kandeh has urged the government to ask Senegalese forces stationed in Fonyi to stop confiscating timber from Gambians. Addressing party delegates in Farafenni on Saturday, Kandeh said if President Barrow fails to stop the activities of the Senegalese forces, he should come out and tell Gambians what agreement he had with Senegal to warrant their soldiers to confiscate timber from Gambians on Gambian soil. Jonathan returns for final draft constitution talks. Former Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan has arrived in the country to continue consultations with Gambian stakeholders on the constitution review process. Jonathan attempts so far, which include flying political leaders to Nigeria to find consensus, have not yielded fruits so far. This is the third time he is traveling to the country. Today's meeting is expected to seek consensus on the retroactive clause of the president's current term and the method to reintroduce the draft constitution to the National Assembly. All the political parties reportedly agreed on compromising the retroactive clause of the president's current term, except the United Democratic Party, who maintained that the draft should be returned to the National Assembly unaltered. Let's see, Yankuba Dabo takes plea in sedition trial. Lawyer Yankuba Dabo has pleaded not guilty when he faced a magistrate's court in Banjul yesterday morning. It was his first court appearance answering charges of sedition and contempt. The political activist was accused by police of insulting the judiciary in the wake of the rearrest and retrial of the 3 years Jotna 8. Mr. Dabo, who appeared in navy blue casual suit, pleaded not guilty when the charges were read to him. That's it for the Standard newspaper. Let's take a look at the point. GDC welcomes back 250 militants from President Barrow's National People's Party. Sonko calls for more protest amid release. Ex-IGP claims he would never bow to authority. Let's take a look at some of those stories. At least about 287 National People's Party militants switched allegiance to Gambia Democratic Congress GDC on Saturday at GDC's Congress in Farafenni, North Bank region. The defected militants included 122 females and 109 males from Sabah Sanjal and over 56 people from Kembuje, Kute, Jombulo. Gambia imposes COVID-19 test charges on travelers. The Ministry of Health has issued a press release imposing a $3,000 charge on every intending traveler requiring a COVID-19 test certificate effect from March 11, 2021. The ministry added that every intending traveler is required to pay the fee and present receipt at a sample collection site. The ministry stated that the COVID-19 pandemic continues to pose challenges as well as considerably overwhelming the country's health system. That's it for the newspapers. Let's go for a break and we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back. President Adama Barrow today received the first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine at the State House in Banjul. President Barrow reassured Gambians of the safety of the vaccine. More in this report. President Adama Barrow received his first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine on Tuesday, March 10, 2021 at the State House. Joined by his vice president and state ministers, the live event is part of efforts to encourage Gambian citizens to take the shots if they can, and most importantly, to assure the Gambian people of the safety of the vaccine.
We are here today to launch the Gambia's national vaccination campaign against the COVID-19 pandemic. A year ago, the country officially recorded the first case of COVID-19. At present, the infection rate stands close to 5,000 cases. Hence the restrictions imposed recently. Although most of those infected have recovered, unfortunately, over 150 deaths have been recorded countrywide. The pandemic has crossed all borders and boundaries of gender, age, status, and other characteristics. Like other sectors, not even the frontline defenders in health or the security have been spared. Our national scenario reflects the global situation with loss of loved ones, friends and citizens, both in the country and the diaspora. It is a relief, therefore, that suitable vaccines have been discovered, tested and approved by reliable experts. I am sure all of us wish that the vaccines were discovered earlier to save more lives. Let me reassure you that the World Health Organization, WHO, has confirmed the safety and effectiveness of the vaccine for the prevention and control of COVID-19.
Speaking shortly before being administered the shot, President Barrow said the coronavirus pandemic has impacted all sectors of the economy, taking a toll on virtually everyone. The Gambia receiving 36,000 doses of AstraZeneca through the COVAX facility is something President Barrow said is remarkable, thanking all development partners for making the accessibility of the vaccine possible.
In another development, the World Bank has provided resources to procure up to 40% of the country's vaccine requirement. It will complement the 20% already secured through the COVAX arrangement. The first batch of this lot is available and will be rolled out today. This is a positive step towards realizing my government's urgent and passionate desire for full protection of every citizen against COVID-19.
President Barrow also shared that priority will be given to Gambians who are more susceptible to the virus.
These are the frontline health workers, those aged 65 and above, and people with health conditions.
As the country hopes to receive more vaccines, the Gambian president said plans are already in place to make sure they expand the campaign to other segments of the population.
With the arrival of more vaccines, the campaign will be expanded to include other segments of the population. Meanwhile, the government is working with other partners, such as MRC Gambia and Africa Center for Disease Control, to secure additional doses to meet the estimated national requirement.
Health Minister Dr. Amadou Lamin Samate said while no government had the means to fight the pandemic at their disposal alone, the Gambia government provided the necessary direction and financial support to fight the raging pandemic.
This started with the setting up of the COVID-19 Ministerial Committee that interacted at various levels with the technical and expert committees to give the government the necessary advice that was needed to deal with COVID-19, and these strategies are still ongoing. Numerous interventions, including declarations of state of emergency, closure of the airports, land and sea borders, were declared by the government to help us prevent and contain COVID-19. At this juncture, we thank His Excellency for his leadership in steering the affairs of COVID-19 response in this country, and the Vice President for chairing the COVID-19 Ministerial Committee, and all my colleagues for the long hours that we spent to ensure that decisions were made.
Reassuring the Gambian population about safety concerns and theories that are being peddled by anti-vaxxers, Dr. Samate reiterated that the country will only accept vaccines that are safe and effective.
I must reiterate that the government of the Gambia only accepts vaccines that are safe and effective, and these vaccines have passed the test. The Gambia government, in collaboration with its traditional and development partners, had come together in an unprecedented fashion to support the government in its drive to combat the disease in the country. The entire machinery had been mobilized by the President, as I mentioned earlier, to respond to the COVID-19 pandemic and its ramifications.
Dr. Samate said the availability of the vaccine is a good thing, especially for those who made it through the pandemic, remembering some of the frontline health workers who died from COVID-19 before the vaccine breakthrough.
We pay tribute to all those who lost their lives to COVID-19, including our own healthcare workers, May Allah have mercy on their souls and grant them Al-Jannah. We will forever remember them all. They did not have the opportunity to be vaccinated. Probably if they were vaccinated, they would still have been here with us today. I think this is a big opportunity for some of us, for all of us who are alive today. Your Excellency, as we gather here today to launch the national COVID-19 vaccination exercise, using the first batch of consignment of COVID-19 vaccines, this will mark the beginning of the end of the pandemic globally, inshallah. It is therefore highly significant that all Gambians classified as high-risk groups be vaccinated. I want to take this opportunity to call on every Gambian and those resident in the Gambia, especially those regarded as high-risk groups, to get vaccinated to protect themselves, their families, and the entire population.
Taking the opportunity, Samate once again urged Gambians to ignore the conspiracy theories and infodemic surrounding the virus.
We must close our ears to those few elements amongst us who are spreading false information about COVID-19 and the COVID-19 vaccines and dissuading people from being vaccinated. Because of the seriousness of the disease and its negative consequences, we did see at some point the Holy Haram in Mecca and Medina, as well as the Vatican, temporarily closed. I think this is enough evidence that COVID-19 is a serious pandemic, and all of us need to take it very, very seriously. We want to use the opportunity to inform the population that believing in false information could cost people their precious lives and may end up causing people to lose their loved ones. We shouldn't allow the disease to get an upper ground in this country now that the opportunity is there to get vaccinated.
Sergeant Brito reporting.
Meet Sarah and Tracy from the top 8 finalists of the Be a Star Sierra Leone. Their lives changed from day one. New original songs. Be famous and successful. Be a star in the Gambia.
And the biggest stage right now in Sierra Leone.
Being a part of Be a Star is going a step further in chasing my dreams and my career as an artist.
All you have to do is record a video of you singing your favorite song, not more than 2 minutes long. Send the video by WhatsApp to the following number, 2299944, using an AfriCell number. State your name and where you're from. Be a winner of a fully recorded album and $500,000. AfriCell Be a Star, your road to success.
Meanwhile, the nation's political leaders are currently meeting with former President Goodluck Jonathan after he flew into the country on Monday for crunch talks over the draft constitution. The critical meeting is taking place at Sadauda Kairaba Jawara Conference Center in Kololi. Our editor-in-chief Lamin Jai was at the conference center earlier today and he sent in this update.
Here at the Sadauda Kairaba Jawara Conference Center in Kololi, former President of Nigeria Goodluck Jonathan is meeting with the nation's political leaders. He flew into the country on Monday. Yesterday, on Tuesday, he met with President Adama Barrow. He paid a courtesy call on President Adama Barrow at State House. So this visit or the return there by the former Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan is sequel, or it comes on the back of a trip by the nation's politicians to Abuja, Nigeria, where they met with Goodluck Jonathan over the beleaguered or embattled draft constitution. So these talks are continuing. They are going to continue. So today here at the Sadauda Kairaba Jawara Conference Center, the nation's political leaders are meeting again with Goodluck Jonathan in trying to find a way, a deal, an agreement, if you like, around the draft constitution. Since September of last year, this draft constitution has run into trouble when it got shut down by members of the National Assembly those that support President Adam Barrow's political agenda, saying that they have their reservations regarding the draft constitution. So since then, there has been this new process really to find a way of bringing it back to the National Assembly. So today, those talks are continuing here at the Sadaura Keraba Jawara Conference Center here in Kololi. Almost all the political leaders are here. Just moments ago, the leader of the NRP, Hamad Ba, arrived and entered the hall right behind me. So almost all the political leaders are inside. We tried to get at least some pictures of them inside the hall, but an official of the Ministry of Justice told us that we can wait until tomorrow. The talks will take place today, but also tomorrow, which will be the final day actually, to find a way of eking out a deal around the draft constitution. I mean, the nation is pressed for time now. We know we are having an election in December, so it is going to be absolutely important for these talks to succeed. If these talks fail, by tomorrow, the likelihood of the country getting a new constitution will be shrouded in great uncertainty.
TAF Africa Global presents the new Tulip Gardens. TAF Tulip Gardens is set to comprise service plots in sizes ranging from 220 to 570 meters square. Deposit as low as $83,600 is only an 18-month interest-free payment plan with only 20% deposit on the service plots. Please contact 376-2333 or 776-2333.
Welcome back. And now the opposition Gambia Democratic Congress held their national congress this past weekend in Farafenni as they prepare for the December 2021 presidential elections. Well, here's a highlight of the event which will take us to the end of today's show.
mujjee ñoo bokk ci GDC ñii ñëpp ay nit leen ñoo xam ne dem nañ ba gis ne dëkk bi fii la nekk ñu ñëw fii bokk ci kon bismillah Moussa Mara ak sa mbooloo ñu ngi leen di sant di leen gërëm di kontaan ci yéen di leen wax ne yàlla fay leen.
All the delegates across the country for the trust and confidence that you have in me and my entire executive. May the Almighty Allah give us victory come December 4th this year. It is not going to be easy. It's a big task that the Gambians have given us. They have trust and confidence in us, and I hope we will live up to expectations. It is our responsibility to make sure the problems and challenges that we face, we don't throw them to future generations. It is our responsibility to try and bring back the Gambia and move the Gambia to the higher heights. Gambians are totally disappointed with the change that we have. This is not the change we wanted. Unfortunately, this is what we've got. But it's a challenge for us. Let no one discourage. And I am telling Gambians to have more courage in themselves. The country is yours. The country belongs to you, and nobody here will come and help us develop our country or effect a change without our own contribution towards the socio-economic development, and of course to make sure that there is effect change and a change for better Gambia. We don't want every change. We want a change where our young people, our young generation, the generations to come, to feel proud of what we have done for the good of this country and for the people of this country. See how many people are gathered here. All these people have a hope. All these people have a hope that we can help them rescue this country. These people have a hope that we can help them solve their problems. It is a trust that they have invested on us, and we have to live by that. They are not our slaves. They fear nobody here. But it is because of the hope that they have in us. That is why today we are selected as the GDC executive members, especially Mama Kande is selected as the chairperson, secretary general of the party, and the flag bearer of the GDC. I will do my best to serve you. And to the young Gambians, be rest assured that we will build a new Gambia, and it will be built with you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. And I thank you for the trust and confidence that you have in me. I promise you I will never let you down. Nyimbanko mumol be bankoti si kilin tante nyimbankoti Gambia mu Gambia leti siol bele bi jang ntol bele kanyante jang ala ntol le kafu jang me yali nati jam feate al manna tulungola al nata jihadola al be jihadole fanan kono bari inshallah 4 December mansa kunda men bi jam wobe fala dek alingam wakilingan tesidi al salon ko manfen soto dunya ko na manke nyim bankoti mbe fengo fenkela alinga banko tambindi folo nsi mo kilin na ko jibe adu ninga banko tambindi te mistake kela baw banko buka mistake mamma kande ka mistake kele ninga nyo yo fi tuma den si kuje man la fi menna bari ite banko yo fi la mu foye fenjeje me yalon ko man la fal yaaje alay banko din tolla de bari memba ke la banko din tolle mbenga lo ngante sidi ngaje ko Cairo sabatita banko kono nyokano ka sabatita banko kono nyomoyo sabatita banko kono wo ko laale mu development benala pati yo pati membe Gambia jang ay pati manifesto le soto ko naye man sa yakele naye man sa soto be ñinekal a parti o parti naya la manifesto dada ni yaji be tuma do iba fola ñim parti ñongote keri ika wo kaytol le samba IEC ko nteni nga man sa ya soto ñbe ñinekal bari kabri 1965 wole kakede bari hanisa femmen femfenne man tarake kan Gambia ko bidun yara kayti kuute kaytol melbe submita IEC wote wo kaytol te do ko la ka ndol lebe do ko kela ni la kayto peinture fo ñi ñata ya sambaje iman ite man na wo baro ke wo man na fa soto be mune mu nafati ntol la kambe ngo ntol la ñomoyo mbesa lon ko man fen soto men manke dim bankoti betum ali nga ñomoy ala barka suma mbokki olof yi nañ ubbi suñ loxo yi suñ xol yi wàccee suñ bopp ci suuf buñ la jiitalee nangoo jiitu waaye dellu nekk ci gannaaw waaye suñ la jiitalee nga jiitu di waaxu rek ñii dellu buñ delloo sax doo xam kon suñ la jiitalee dangay nangoo nekk ci gannaaw nga bàyyi ñi la jiital jiitu ndax amuloo doole bi pour jiital sa bopp boo ko amoon nga def ko nañ welcome nit ñi ci parti bi parti GDC naxariwut a jaay ndax def nañ fi lu fi kenn defu dangay ne bëgguma GDC waaye ne GDC lim fi def loolu foog naa gumbay sax xam nañ ko kon GDC seen parti la su loolu weesoo réew mi dañ am challenges yoo xam ne ni dama yaakaar GDC moo ko mun a solve problème yi dañ bari ci dëkk bi si manifesto GDC bi ci problème yu Gambia di jàkkaarloo tey ëpp ci problème yi suuf réew mi dafa bari problème yi suuf naka la ñooy def ba régler problème yooyu loolu day bokk na ci tànki GDC fii ba 2100 mooy juróom-ñaari fukki at ak juróom-ñeent ci kanam ndax GDC su ñooy xelaat duñ xelaat pour tey rek mboolem koo xam ne ni njiit la fekk yow pour tey rek ngay xelaat yow sa njiit yaa manqué na dangay xelaat pour tey xelaat lan mooy war a xew ëllëg nga sàkkal ko pexe depuis léegi juróom-ñaari fukki at ak juróom-ñeent ci kanam mun naa am GDC suñ population dina dem ba 10 millions 10 millions nit ci biir Gambia ñun tey war nañoo xelaat ñooñu fan la ñoo mun a toog ci biir Gambia suñ réew mu tuuti bi ñooñu naka la ñoo dundee ci biir réew mi Gambia ñooñu fan la ñooy béy pour ci biir réew yi Gambia ana lan la sàmm yi di am ana lan la béykat yi di am ana fan ak fan la ñooy sampa kër lii lu jara xelaat la kon GDC dinañ taxaw tànk boo xam ne loolu yëpp dinañ ko fexeel depuis léegi loolu problème la ñun Gambia am nañ suuf si baax na waaye lan moo tax mënuñoo dundal suñ bopp kon GDC inshallah bés buñ egga ci State House yëfi mbéy dinañ ko olbati dinañ make sure ku nekk sa wàlla di nga ko jot nu mu waree ñun war nañ mun a béy noor ak nawet ndax réew mu nekk da nga war a sàkkal sa boppa pexe disaster yaa ngi am pandémique yaa ngi am coronavirus bu mu commencé Gambia ba léegi dara doxul Gambia waaye ban jéggoo lañ tegoon pour fankantaane lu mel ni su jotee suñu réew fan la ñuy jaar kon coronavirus bi jàngala si ñun man dama foogoon ne by now nguur gi waroon nañ sàkk ay pexe fekk du jënd ay moto di jox ay nit ñu naan ay million kaay leen bokka si suma parti millions yooyu am nañ fu ñu war a dem millions yooyu am nañ fu ñu war a dugg suñ lopitaan yi amuñ garab suñ lopitaan yi amuñ ay ambulance glove lu ñoo sol si loxo sax amuñu ko maa jéggalu si jigéen bu fi omba ren ak daaw lu dee si jigéen ci wàllu ci waxtu matu dafa bari si réew mi waaye ñoom faalewuñ loolu du seen business dégg naa fan yële nguur gi bind nañ press release di wax nit ñi ne comme bési ëllëg bi dinañ declare state of emergency bugga naa nag ki bind press release bi ak minister of health ak président bi ñu wax ñu lan moo tax ñu jox notice ñetti semaine ñetti week ne su waxtu bi jotee dañooy declare state of emergency dañoo def lockdown xanaa ëllëg la coronavirus di commencé Gambia bugga naa ñu leeral loolu ndax ëllëg la keesi coronavirus yi dañoo yokku Gambia bugga naa ñu leeralal ñu loolu parce que su fekkee ne coronavirus dafa serious biir Gambia te keesi di yokku bés bu nekk nga nekk njiit nga nekk nguur kon war ngaa def lockdown doo ko appal ñetti semaine parce que dafa nekk loo xam ne ni emergency la emergency nag jarut waajal parce que loo xam ne ni dafa affect sa life affect life yi sa doomi réew loolu doo ko waajal waaye lan moo tax ñu ñoo jox 3 weeks naan waxtu sàngam bu jotee dinañ déclare o dinañ def lockdown xëy na waxtu boobu la coronavirus di ñëw Gambia président Barrow na xoolaat nguuram gi mu xoolaat lu ñuy bind foog naa Gambian si bugga nañ lu gën a serious lu ñooy def ñoom buñ gisee luy daw si social media sax o nit ñi lu ñooy wax nii rek ñu commencé di binda press release di ko tontu nguur seen binda du caaxaan te waruñ koo caaxaane fan yële gis naa ñu ngi binda ne ñiy wax ne Yaya Jammeh dafa ñëw Yaya Jammeh ñëwul loolu tontu social media loo xam ne ñi ñaa ngi koy waxal seen bopp kon su wàlli agriculture inshallah dinañ ci taxaw niñ ci war a taxawee suñ ñëwee ci wàllu health mooy lopitaan yi GDC région bu nekk pare na fa sampa lopitaan boo xam ne ni amul benn bagage bu cay manqué parce que ñun dañ gom ne benn doomi Gambia warut a génn Gambia. léegi mut na weer bu ñu amee ñun sañ ay xarit ay docteurs yoo xam ne ni ñu ngi India ñu jokkoo ak ñoom pour indi leen fii dimbale askan wi ci mboolem jàngoro boo xam ne ni dang doon génn dem bitim réew pour faju ji ñu ñëw jàppale la ci. ma ne leen ñu binda leetar bi ñu yóbbu ko jëfe minister of health man maa oo minister of health ba léegi amaguñ tontu. nguur googu moo nekk di wóor naan kaay leen ñu jàppale nguur gi naan yow da nga baax trop pour nekk opposition ñoom loolu lañ dee wax. ñu ne Alaaji Keba mbaate Moussa Ndiaye mbaate leneen ak leneen dañu baax trop pour nekk opposition nguur lañ war a toppa ñoom xam kañ lañ xam ne nguur rek lañ war a topp. ñu nekk opposition 22 good years nanguwuñ nguur ñu ñëw ba toog naan topp leen nguur loolu dafa daw yaram. suñ demee ci wàllu education ñu ngeen ndokkale former président Jammeh nit soo waxut dëgg rek da ngay fen te ñun bëgguñ fen. Yaya Jammeh try na fii ba indi fii free education for girls. suñ ndaw yaa ngi fi Gambia college bi sax mënatuñ faa dem kuy dem foofu 26000 lañ lay fekku te musuta am fii 36000 ci at bi loolu nga war a fay koo xam ne ni sa baay baadoolo la amuloo dara yow naka ngay demee college. kon GDC dinañ introduce our free education not only for girls but for everyone up to grade 9. lan mooy doole réew mooy sa dunda sa wér bu yaram ak sa xam-xam ñetta yi bu ñu ñàkkee ci réew boobu du dem kanam te lii dafa ñàkk Gambia. li gën a yomba ID card sa ID card waxtu Yaya Jammeh buñ ko fi defee $200 ñoom ñoo njëkk a cry foul ñoom ñoo njëkk a jooy ñu ne 200 dafa bari ñoom ñu teel ñu new def ko 400 plus. ñu ngi leen a wax ne fan yi yegg nañ seen meeting ak all the political parties gis nañ luñ binda tamit ne nuñ doon sànnee karta noonu la ñooy sànnee karta ren ñu ngi leen a congratulate ci loolu di leen gërëm ci loolu ndax soo buggee indi paper ballot da nga soxla ñetti at ñeneenti at pour jàngal ko nit ñi ñu xam ko waaye comme nangu nañ ne nuñ doon woote noonu la ñooy woote ñu ngi leen a gërëm ci loolu waaye ba léegi ñu ngi dekk suñ loxo yi nu mu gën a gaawee pour register nit ñi ndax Barrow dafay dem ren. registration bi lay soxla na nit ñi register ñu jël voters card soo leen buggee jëlaat seen dëkka ngeen moom seen dëkka ngeen fexeel seen dëkka seen kàddu taxaw da ngeen naa jël voters card ngeen vote ba tey président Jammeh keroog bu mooy congratulate Adama Barrow dafa am kàddu gum ko wax te kàddu gu du kàddu naafiqa mu ne ko maa ngi laa congratulate waaye maa ngi laa wax ne don't joke with security. waaye ndeke ku joke with security nu suñu réew bi mel noonu la mooy mel. security bi fi nekkoon mu ngi fii ba léegi de waaye xam nga affaire bi naka la soo ma faalee ma faale la. soo ma faalee ma faale la. te dégg naa luñ baree def ñu ne dañ fi bugg a indi ay police from Sénégal Togo ak xawma Côte d'Ivoire la xawma ak Benin francophone. ñun de welcome muñ ko ndax am nañ police yu doy am nañ doomi Gambia yu doy yoo xam ne ni mun nañ jël uniforme aaral ñu suñ dëkk bi. léegi man dama jaaxle lan moo tax sécurité amul ci Gambia booba Gambian si rek a fi nekk sécurité am na léegi dem nañ indi économique ak Sénégal yëpp ñu ngi ci biir dëkk bi amatuñ sécurité. kon Gambian si nañ xoolaat suñ boppa lii xew ci réew mi musut fee xew waaye su continuer ñun la neex. man dey pare naa xaw ma ndax yéen pare ngeen. kon Gambian si Gambia mu ngi ci seen loxo waaye leen na ñun yëpp nañ ko xelaat suñ doom yi ak suñ set yi suñ jaayee suñ dëkka bés bi dina ñëw.